Hello cinema lovers, I'm Viola.
Hello, I'm Kevin.
The big screen. Today with this beautiful day, we would like to present you 3 movies that predict future.
Today, guys, is the second part of this section. Let's call it this little section. If you didn't watch it or you missed the first part, we will leave it here, the link for you, so you can take a look and you will see what we are talking about. And today we'll have then, like Viola says, the second part of this.
So, are you curious? Stay with us.
Do you think that I'm weird?
Kind of.
Why?
Well, you seem just like a person, but you are just a voice in the computer.
Now we would like to comment one movie that is quite important for us. We watched it a first time. It was our first movie that we watched it together. This movie is also about the relation between humans and artificial intelligence, but in totally different way. And we are talking about Her from 2013.
Yeah, here this movie, guys, if you didn't watch it, I think extremely recommend it. It's one of my favorite movies. I don't know in your case, but it's I think in my top 3 movies, especially from the modern ones. And I highly recommend it also, not just because the plot of the movie that is very interesting, also because the interpretation of Joaquin Phoenix, one of my favorite actors, and absolutely great in this movie. And actually this movie, I think that the topic, like I said, is very, very interesting, but it's also interesting the message that it sends to people in general, because we live in the area that we are super connected. We have some privileges that in the past was unbelievable just to think about them, like for example the social networks, that it was a revolution absolutely in the way to communicate to each other. Nowadays for me it's still unbelievable that I can just take the telephone, send a message to, I don't know, a friend in Australia and can receive it in the same second. This is crazy. Or even we can be in touch even in a closest way with platforms like Skype, like other kind of social networks like Instagram and Facebook. There are many different kind of possibilities, but at the same time there is a lot of people that feels lonely, and this is the thing of this movie, that is based in like a near future where people even has more developed tools, but at the same time there is some people who feels lonely. And I think that also what shows this movie is also about the lack of empathy of people, because always when we are feeling lonely we feel that we are the only ones that are hurt, the only ones who are missing something, and we want something personalized to us. Maybe we want to receive more than we want to offer. And I think somehow also is connected with this situation that we have in the nowadays society, where people wants to, you know, be always updated with the last picture in the social networks and so on, showing sometimes an unreal life, and always also looking for something specific for us. We don't really think what is in the other side, right?
Always we want more and more and more, and of course empathy is really important in a relationship between people. Without empathy, actually relationship can't exist, I think.
Exactly, and this is what makes us human at the same time.
Yeah, definitely, and this is quite a big problem nowadays, I think, lack of empathy.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
The following movie is a classic, it's a cult movie, it's a movie that everybody should watch. We are talking about 2001, Space Odyssey. It's a movie that is part also of this boom of adventures in the space that took part mainly in the ending of the 60s, 70s, even some of them in the 80s, but the first one, the pioneer ones, were in this moment. We are talking about a movie that was released in the year 1968, a couple of years after Star Trek, and made by a genius.
Stanley Kubrick, of course, genius in him work, with him career. And I would like to remind you that some time ago we created a movie about polemical director, and he appeared there. So here is link, you can click and watch it again.
Now coming back to the topic of the movie, we are talking about a movie that was released, like I said, in the year 1968, but listen about this fact. The movie was released 1 year before the man walked on the moon. So we are talking about something amazing, but it's even more amazing the special effects, especially for people that you already watched this movie. It has such good special effects, such good visual effects that it doesn't even look like a movie. It looks like a video documentary or something like that. So it's unbelievable. We are talking about a movie that is 50 years old.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And in this movie also appears three kind of emotions that accompany us when we would like to create something big. First of all, fear. Second thing is curious, and third thing is hope. Fear, because always we are afraid of something unknown. Curious, because always we are curious about something that we don't know. And hope, because like title say, 2001, it was big hope for the future. What it could happen if we could create something that is much more powerful than us, that is out of our control, and sooner or later could betray us, could be against us.
I think this perfectly resumes the plot of the Terminator. Who doesn't remember the Terminator, the original movie, 1984? And when we are thinking about the name of Arnold Schwarzenegger, okay, we can think in the American politics as well, but he is the main protagonist, and I think that always when we think in he or in his name or his face, always we match it with this movie, right?
Yeah, and it's also some sentences that he's saying in the movie.
Yeah.
That we show before this video. And also when we are thinking about Terminator and about the message that is giving this movie, I think always about something that we are creating. So first we start with the robots that is so, so basic ones. For example, that is cleaning the floor. And sooner or later anyway, we will create something that is much more bigger and is similar to our intelligence.
Yeah, I think that something connected with that, I read recently also that one of the top guys of the multinational Google, from the CEO, executive director, if I'm right, he's a person that during the years since the 80s, he has been predicting many of the developments of the technology. Actually, he has like a kind of 85% of accuracy in this, and he said recently that in around 10-15 years he predicts that the human intelligence, that this artificial intelligence, this that we are talking about, that is connected with the human's creation and also the machines that can be even more smart than us, he already predicted that will be more smart than us. And then maybe we could have this kind of situation. So it's, I think, not science fiction topic at all.
Yeah, so could happen like in the movie, the fight between humans and artificial intelligence. What then? What we could do?
We would need to see which is the point where could finish the honest part, the friendly part, and could start the real betrayal.
Yeah.
Also nowadays, I think that a good example also of this kind of development, we comment, for example, the robot things, but we have many different kind of examples in daily things that nowadays look normal, but in the past was unbelievable just to think in this. For example, I always think in the domotic, for example, in the homes. Who could ever imagine nowadays that you could get in your home and just clap your hands and suddenly the lights switch on? So this is unbelievable for me. And for example, the world of the video games. We started with, I remember always when I was a kid, the Tamagotchi, this kind of things with pixels so basic you could almost do anything and still was unbelievable. And nowadays, for example, it's really in fashion since some time, these virtual reality glasses that you can see in 3 dimensions, almost be inside the game. That's amazing.
That's amazing.
This is the ending of our video, guys. We hope that you liked the second part of the movies that predicted the future. This is for the moment the last part that we did, but if you have any suggestion, if you miss any movie that you think that is worth to comment, maybe we could think about making a third part, and we can make bigger this section, commenting more interesting facts about these kind of movies.
So if you like our video and you would like to support us, click a like. Don't forget to subscribe below if you are new in our channel, and don't forget to click notification, click the bell to always remember about our movies.
So guys, nice to see you here, and see you in the next video.
See you, goodbye.
Bye!